Where do you get to stop playing small in 2026? Hello, I'm Crystal Lynn, manifestation coach and author of Fireproof. Today we're going to dig into all the beautiful things coming in 2026 and more importantly for you to then reflect on where do you get to step up bigger? Where do you get to play full out, right? Where do you get to stop holding back or playing small in your life to achieve whatever that goal you want is, right? Whatever that number one thing, or maybe many things, right? But it's always good to do like one thing at a time. So I am going to read to you my manifesto from my book Fireproof, which comes before the introduction in the book, kind of saying like what the book is about or what the purpose is. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology of 2026 because it's kind of exciting. So here we go. This book is for every woman and girl who was silenced, sidelined, underestimated, bullied, gaslit, or betrayed. At home, at work, by systems, or by the ones who should have loved her. It is for the woman whose ideal was stolen, whose promotion was handed to someone less qualified, whose parenting was questioned, whose dignity was tested again and again. It is for the woman who has been beaten down or belittled and still refuses to disappear. To the abusers, to the bullies, and the broken systems, no more. More importantly, to the woman reading this is a full body yes to living from soul, honoring mission, and taking up space without apology. Permission granted to be loud when needed, to speak without shrinking, and to choose power over pleasing. Do not stay small. Raise a hand, raise a standard, set a boundary. And if the world won't make room, step forward and let them move. Stand like abundance is a birthright, because it is. Boys are taught to take up space, and girls are told to be nice, quiet, and make room. Enough. Confidence is not cruelty, and truth is not trouble. It's leadership. Some people won't be worthy of words, and that's wisdom. But when the inner yes speaks, speak clearly, cleanly, and without harm. It isn't rude to be assertive. It's radical to be honest. There's no war on men here. There is a war on the lie that women must shrink to be loved. A generation was trained to play safe. This one is trained to play sovereign. We are here to try, to create, to love, to laugh, to lead. To the insecure pretenders, the liars, the cheats, be gone. To every woman who forgot her own voice, pick it up now. Ask no permission. Wait for no turn. Jump in, speak up, get it done. Because an evolved woman leads with power and love, and the world is better for it. Amplify that power until no attempt to break it can touch it. Until you are fireproof, because you know who you are. Let your boundaries be firm, your voice clear, your stance tall, your love strong, your vision precise. One woman rising at a time remakes the world. Let the noise of the nonsense fade, and let the miracle of courage lead. Women are not here to carry it all. They are here to choose it all on their terms. Lead as a warrior and angel. Fireproof is not about never burning. It's about rising brighter every time. Let's go. And that is the manifesto from my book, Fireproof, which is all about reclaiming your power, enforcing fierce boundaries, and manifesting soul-aligned success. Now, hopefully that gave you a little, I'm going to step up and, step into my power and play big and go full out in 2026, right? Because this year is like so good so if we think 2025 was a 9 year, so it was an ending, a completion. It was also the year of the snake. So you think shedding, like shedding the crap. So I'm sure many of you had some things come up. that you didn't like, that you had to work through, that, were not great. But the good news is that this year, 2026, is a 1 year. So we're in a new cycle. It's a brand new beginning. So it is like the perfect time to manifest, right? It's like starting from ground one, like fresh, clean slate, starting over. And on top of that, it's the year of the horse, which it really indicates speed, like fast forward motion, also like passion, transformation. But it will also demand like mindfulness, right? And it can bring many opportunities for like bold action, career growth, social connections. And the other thing I'm noticing more and more for myself and others is that having that balance, right? Making sure you're not all work and no play, that you're not taking care of yourself, that you're not, just running around doing all the things and helping everybody else, and then you're depleted, right? It's very important to have that balance and to make sure you're taking care of yourself and your goals, right? It's not like forget yourself so that you can accomplish this for yourself or someone else, right? I think that's, for me, a very key distinction, and hopefully you guys resonate with that and you apply that to your own lives as well, to make sure that your mindset, your self-care is a huge priority for yourself for 2026, because it's so important, and we can accomplish so much more when we come from that place of like being full of self-love, from having our cup full, right? So then it can overflow versus feeling depleted and empty. So if you are ready to take care of yourself, put me in the comments below. That's your little vow to take time for yourself in 2026. And now let's get into the astrology. And honestly, I looked at a lot of the sun signs for 2026, and I think they're all good. Don't quote me on that because I didn't go in depth on each of them, but they all look pretty good. And again, just the fact that it's a 1, that's a horse year, it's just really good energy that I think finally we've all been waiting for a long time. So I feel very excited about that for all of us, I've had good things happen over the years, but I've also had that shedding and that snake stuff happening too, right? I'll just talk about a few things with the astrology of 2026. We have Saturn and Neptune will be moving into Aries, which is, like a reality check basically on your identity, right? Courage and leadership. Like, it's no more faking it. No more spiritually bypassing, really being honest about who you are, what you want, right? And showing up that way more authentically, more connected to your passion, but also grounded and taking those steps, you know what I mean? Having the structure and the guidance from Saturn to, make a plan and take one step at a time, instead of maybe just jumping in like Aries would just jump in. But Saturn's a little more structured, right? So having that nice balance is beautiful. And then Neptune is like making our dreams even bigger and like bringing it to life. So all that energy together is pretty powerful, right? So it's great for aligning, stepping into your passion, making that happen this year, right? Just like we said with the energy of the horse. It's good for aligning with like your spiritual identity, or diving deeper into your spirituality, and again, like setting boundaries, things like that, that I do talk about in the book Fireproof, and I talk about intuition and lots of things, but all very important, right? So that's kind of our Saturn Neptune energy going into Aries. And it is like, where am I going to stop deluding myself energy, right? It's great to, Neptune's very helps you to connect with your intuition, right? And your spiritual gifts, right? Your psychic abilities. So it's like a time, because it's a 1, because we have these planets moving, choose the woman who you are becoming, right? Who do you want to become? What goals do you want to achieve? And what does that future version of yourself look like? How does she show up that already has the things that you are wanting now, right? So it's like almost like a reinvention, but really it's just you bringing your soul self and your true self forward. And then with Uranus moving into Gemini, we'll have big changes in communication, text, social media, and how we share our voice. So to think about, what do you want to say, whether it's publicly or just to in work or just to those that you love. Where are you not speaking up, right? Where are you holding back, or what mission do you want to show up and pour out in a bigger way, right? Just like I have this mission with Fireproof, right? To raise women. You're raising yourself too, but for women to rise, basically, right? Because we can't wait. There's no more waiting, right? We shouldn't wait, period. But also, like, we get to take up space, right? But also, it's a 1 year, so like, let's go. Now's the time. But yeah, think about that. Like, speaking up, using your voice. Gemini's all about communication. And we're also going to have Jupiter in Leo, which is very in mid-year, and then later, which is very big with like speaking up, being in the limelight, sharing your voice, stepping into your leadership, your big heart too, right? Use that big heart to use your voice to talk about the issues and the messages and the problems that you want to help solve in the world, that, whether that's making people feel better or, I don't know, doing something with your hands physically. Like, it could be anything at all, right? We're also going to have the nodes, the north nodes or north-south node in Aquarius and Leo eclipses, as well as some in Virgo, Pisces. But the collective lesson is like to be seen and for your contribution to be collective. Like, what is the greater good, right? What is best for the community or the city, the planet as a whole, right? It's not just about you, right? It's about what is the impact? How is it giving to society, and how is it making society better, right? And, knowing your gifts are not, if you have a gift, you have a thought, you have anything that, you want to do, share, be, right? Any way that in which you want to help people, like, you get to do that this year, right? Because if you have these gifts or these talents or these desires or these thoughts, like, they're meant to happen, and there's someone out there who needs it. There's someone out there who needs exactly what you're offering. So, again, step up, play out, full out, right? Just don't worry about what happens. Don't worry about the end result, because any step that you make is progress. Any step that you make is like, you're already winning, right? Even if that doesn't exactly bring the results you want and you have to do something else, but you're going to know from that step what to do next and how to pivot. So just show up. Don't worry about looking stupid or feeling like a fool. Just do it. Like, do it messy if you have to, because action is what's going to get it done. Action is what's going to make 2026. And also, again, there's other things, self-care, right? Taking care of yourself, focusing on what you want, speaking, like all the things I've said already. However, if you just take care of yourself in your house or wherever, but you don't take action towards what you want, you don't show up and take goals, and you know what I mean? It's like you also have to take action, right? So we need both. And then also thinking about, just thinking about, I was going to explain where it's coming from, but it doesn't really matter, right? What movements in astrology. The point is, where can you expand your capacity to receive love more, right? To be more loving, to receive more money, to receive more income, to receive more attention, right? That's something else to focus on in 2026 as well. What support systems or rituals do you need so that expansion feels safe and not overwhelming? So those are some questions and things that you could journal on. All the questions that I presented to you today, it's a great idea to journal on them. The more time you take to journal, the more your intuition is going to come out, and you're going to uncover things and be like, oh, okay, that's what I should do. That's what my soul is guiding me to. I hope you love this. Please let me know in the comments what your focus for 2026 is, how you're going to show up and stop playing small. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. And if this resonated with you, you can grab my Fireproof book below. And you could also book a call if you want to dive deeper and, learn more about working with me in a private mentorship or some capacity. All right. Happy 2026, everyone.